Welcome back, my fellow humans, to another Pick a Card reading with Scatterlovetarot. I'm back at you guys, and I am feeling a lot better, but if you guys do hear some grunts and moans and stuff, just know that is me healing from, I guess I pulled a muscle in my back or something. So I broke my back a couple years, I guess it's been longer than years ago. It's been in 2015, and I still deal with some situations from it here and there. But I'm here with you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that has supported the channel in any one way, shape, or form. Whether you guys have liked, you've shared, you've subscribed, you've commented, or you've donated, know that none of it is necessary, and I'm truly honored and humbled for anybody that has given to me in any one way, shape, or form. It just truly means so very much to me, and I just want to say thank you. Today's pick a card reading is going to be, what do others like? How do others feel like you're unique, or how do others see you as unique, right? Like, so it's all about you, but how others see your unique self, okay? How others see your unique self. So really, that's where we're going here. It's like, we're going to find out what others see that is unique about you guys and what comes out. As always, we're going to start with a prayer. I'm going to get this lit for you guys. If these are resonating with you guys, please hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel. Just knowing that it does help me out. It is never a requirement. It's never an obligation or anything like that. It just does help me out truly, and it helps get my messages out to other people who may need to hear them, okay? So that being said, let's get this prayer on. So Source, for any and all who come onto my channel, onto this video, whether it's for a second or if it's for the entire video, may they be blessed with love and freedom of soul. May those that come on here know that they have the intuition and the discernment to make the best choices for their life in this here now here moment. To take back their power and to know that while these tarot readings can give guidance, in truth, they're the ones that hold the true power within their own destiny and their own life. And to always remember that it's okay to use guidance as long as it feels good for them and it feels like it's going along with their intuition, but to always consult their higher selves, to always consult with you, and to always consult with their inner guides. May any and all who touch this video be blessed in ways that are beyond their dreams, that are beyond their belief, because they deserve the best of the best, and they deserve to be connected with your unconditional love. As these words are spoken over my fellow humans on this video, so shall they be. Amen, aho, ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect. Let's get that in here. All right, let's turn it a little bit. You know how they always seem like they're off just a tad? Like, why can't it be a straight stick? It's never a straight stick, right? Always leans to the left a little. Sorry, guys. I'm in a mood today, so we're going to use the Cosmic Soul cards that I have. I love these cards. I don't pull them out very often. I don't know why, but I figured this would be good to use. So let's see here. Source, for pile number 1, how do others see them as unique? How do others see pile number 1 as unique? What oracle card will help us understand that? How do others see pile 1 as unique? What makes pile 1 unique? One card, please. Whoa, thank you. Okay, as a whole stack comes out. No, none of these. Okay. Oh, because it was that one. That's funny. Okay, thank you, Source. Source, how does others see my pile 2 as unique? How do others see pile 2 as unique? Thank you. Last, but definitely not least, how do others see pile number 3 as unique? What do they see that's unique about pile 3? Source, what do they see that's unique about pile number 3? Pile 3, you're usually the ones that are the quickest. What happened? Y'all choosing pile 2 today, aren't you? Alright, cool. So for pile 1, I have a penny I'm going to put on there. Here's your penny to choose from. Okay. For pile number 2, we've got a nickel. And for pile 3, we have a dime. You guys may find these, you know, you may find coins all over and everything like that. It may resonate with you in that way, but whatever, whichever one you guys are drawn to. Okay, let me move these up. Okay. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you guys are drawn to, that should be your guys' pile. Keeping in mind that these are general messages, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. That just means it was for someone else. And whichever pile you chose, I will see you on your respective piles. Hi, pile 1. This is for those of you guys that chose the penny, or you chose this card in the draw. This is going to be your unique reading. I don't know why that came out. It's just that, what do others find unique about you? Okay? Of course, going to ask the dice, always. And let's go ahead and shuffle. If this is resonating with you guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel. Set the notification bell so you know when the next video does go live. Keep in mind that as you guys interact with the channel, it does allow me an opportunity to get you out more resonant readings. But understand that nothing is required. Nothing is an obligation. I'm truly honored to be here and for you guys to spend your energy and time with me. So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1. Source for my fellow humans that chose pile number 1. What do others see as unique about them? What is unique about my pile number 1 to others? Like, what do they see as pile 1 as unique? What do they see in pile 1 as unique, Source? What can you tell us? What do they see in pile number 1 as unique? Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. Can you guys do that? I think that's the only one that I can actually do. My grandma taught me when I was a little girl. She said, just keep practicing and you'll get it. Make sure these are in frame. Okay. So what do others find unique about you? So you guys may have a big family. Excuse me, I need a drink. I took one before I started, but I'm still thirsty. Okay. You guys may have a big family, right? And others find it unique how you treat your family, or you guys could have a friend group, a very close-knit friend group. Like I see Friends, or like that 70s show, something like that, like where you guys have been friends for a long time and you guys are closer than family. And people feel that that's very unique. The way that you talk to them, the way that you treat them, the way that you guys set up, maybe you guys take trips together, or you guys go to, what are those things called? Those escape rooms or things like that. Like you guys do a lot of different activities together. And people feel like you guys just have a way of seeing the social world around you and how it's important for you guys to include those social activities in your life. Also, you guys could be very close to your neighbors, and people find that unique because most people do not connect with their neighbors. They're like, oh, look, pile 1. You guys are always talking to your neighbors. Like, you guys are like friends with your neighbor, and you're like, yeah, because they're my neighbor. I see them all the time. And they're like, that's weird. And you're probably over there like, isn't it weird not to talk to your neighbors? Like, I feel like that's you guys. You're just kind of like, okay, that's not really weird. What do people think is unique about you? The way that you guys are. It's just you guys are super clean. You appear as a very clean person. You guys have a very rational mind. This is more about the way you guys think. That is what is so unique about you guys. It's not necessarily your appearance, but it could be. But you guys are like so smart when it comes to life, and you guys are very open and honest. Like, you're willing to share what it is that you've learned with people, even if they haven't asked. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, have you heard about this? Like, you're the one that doesn't gossip. You're the one that always has information to share, and it's always good information that ends up turning into advice. And people feel like, wow, pile one, like, you always help me solve problems I didn't even know that I had. And they feel like that's super unique about you. And you're curious about the world, and that's such a cool thing. Like, most people are just like, oh, well, that's the way the world is, we're not going to change it, it's just going to stay that way. And yet here you are, and you're going out and you're wondering, how can I change things? How can I be more involved? How can I get, closer to people on this level? And people find that that's a very unique aspect about you, and also that this is just who you are. That's the thing. Like, you're confident with the way that you show up. You're confident with who you are. You guys are very, like, in yourself, you're unique, but you guys have this very individualistic way of life. And it's like, who you are is what I see is what I get type energy. And people feel that that's unique. And you might be like, but that doesn't seem unique. But it is, because so many people are trying to be somebody they're not. And yet you're just so embodied in your truth and who you are in authenticity, that's what people feel is unique. You're also very warm despite the fact that you're a leader. You're very caring for others despite the fact that you have a tendency to gain a following. And many of you, I feel, are like, well, I don't have people that follow me. You don't realize how many people take what you do and the way you live your life as an example for them to live their own life. And this is what people find unique about you. You guys also have a very unique body shape. This is weird. This just came through. Like, you guys could have a different type of midsection, whether you guys are super fit or you guys are curvy, soft, you guys have hard edges or anything like that. It's going to be different for everybody, but it's like there's something about the way that you stand and your midsection that is unique to people, that they find attractive. Like, it's coming through. It's very attractive. So if you guys are always shaming yourself for the way that you look, this is a note to stop, because it's actually part of who you are. And yes, we can always change the way that we look, but it takes time, and beating ourselves up doesn't get us there any faster. And so this is coming through with this dice right here, is that there's a lot of people who you might beat yourself up for being a little bit overweight, right? And people feel like that is just such a pivotal part of who you are. It's not to stay that way, but it's like that also is a draw to you, that your uniqueness. Like, it's like, no matter, like, some other people would be like, oh, if I looked like pile number one, I would probably be as confident as they are too. Like, if I had their midsection, or if I had their posture, or if I walk the way that they walked, like, you guys just command attention, and that's a very unique aspect of you guys. So let me zoom out. Almost got it. Why am I so thirsty on your guys' pile? Like, I am not usually this thirsty. I drink a ton of water, but I'm over here like, holy moly. Let's ask these cards today. Source, what do others feel is unique about pile number one? Oh my gosh, they want me to shuffle. My bad. What do others find unique about pile number one, Source? What do others find unique about pile number one? You guys are very courageous individuals. What do others find unique about pile number one, Source? Okay, what do others find unique about pile number one? Wow, okay. All these fours coming out. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Look, you guys, we have the 10 of diamonds, the 4 of clubs, and the 4 of diamonds. What do they find? Like, look, this to me is like happy life, right? I just heard happy wife, happy life. Like, I just heard that. But it's like I was saying, like siblings, like this is like your family, your home, but this is like people that you grew up with. They are your home and you're always doing things with them. Like, I don't know if you guys can see in the background, they're like playing, they're like, what are they tossing around here? One of them has a piece of the branch up here in their hand. And so it's like, but you guys connect. It's like no matter if there's distance, there's always this aspect of connection between you two. Like, I feel like you're the family that even though you guys live in different states, you always show up for major holidays together. You guys celebrate each other's birthdays. And it's like, see, here you have these people who are looking out. They're like looking in on your situation and they're like, how does that work? They also feel like you guys aren't so attached to the outcome. Like, there's something about your money here where you guys are not super attached about it. Like I was saying, like if you guys travel to see your family, and it could be maybe you guys don't even travel that far. Maybe you guys all live in the same state, but you live in different cities in the same state. But if you guys travel to see your family, like you're not actually attached to the money that it costs to get there. Like that's just something that you do. Like you've always done that. That's something that you'll always do. And people feel like that's unique, where most people are so attached to their monies. They're so attached to what they spend it on. And I feel like maybe you guys are attached in other ways to your money, but when it comes to your family, like there's nothing that's going to keep you from seeing your family. Yeah, and you spend, like, you guys just fill each other with love and you spend all this time and it makes you guys feel prosperous inside. So it's like when you go back to work or when you go back to your normal mundane life, like there's a reason for you to deal with that at that time. So because you know that there's going to be a moment where you guys are getting together with family. You guys are going to work hard towards going and seeing your family. You guys are building this memory. I feel like you guys always have photos with your family, like on Facebook or on social media, whatever it is that you guys use as a platform. You guys have family members up there and it's always like fun. Like I see people in a pool, I see people at the beach, I see people on the mountains hiking together. I see like everybody sitting down and having margaritas or drinks together. Like these activities together, things that people can't even do with their family at home. Like you guys are the family that even when you're away from family, the family you have at home, like you're sitting down and eating dinner with them. And that might not seem unique because it's something that you grew up with or it's something that everybody in your family strives for. But it is unique because a lot of people, they don't even eat dinner with the people they live with, let alone travel to the people who, you know, aren't in their family. You guys could travel a lot too. Just in general, I keep getting that traveling. I don't really have any cards or dice out here, but there's this feeling of travel. Like just, you know, maybe you guys go on weekend vacations a lot, or you guys, you know, just have things that you like to see, or you go and you travel around the state. You know, like when you live in a city where there's a whole bunch of different things that you can go see, like the zoo, or there's an aquarium, or there's like a theme park, or there's like, you know, whatever it is, there's all kinds of things, the museum and all that stuff. Like that's stuff that you guys try to take your family to do, whether that's kids or you or friends or, you know, the people that you're close to. And people feel like that's a super unique about you. It's like maybe you guys were looking for something that had more depth to it, I guess, but really it's like you guys offer this beautiful aspect of life that so many people are missing, right? Like people wish they lived your life. That's the thing here. It's like people wish they had your ability to do these things and you're over there like it's not that hard. Like, yeah, we have the Queen of Coins coming out. Like I was saying, like it's your money, like has to do with the way you guys see money. It has to do with the way you guys spend your money, where you guys are putting your money at. Like a lot of people have this feeling, it's like, I can't do that. Like they over romanticize what it is that you're doing. And that's why it feels so unique about you. Right? It's like Yeah, they see it as something that, like, you being able to take care of your family, or you being able to be in your family's life like this, is something that's very attractive. Like I was saying, and then also, like, I'm getting that, like, they just find you attractive in general. Like, there's something about the way you look that's super attractive and unique. You guys may not look like anybody else. You guys may have a unique heritage or unique ethnicity to you, you guys. And even if it's not, you guys just bring a unique aspect of life. Guys, what was I saying? Like, look, we have the 10 of diamonds, which is the 10 of coins, clarified by the 10 of coins. Both in the upright. I can't with you. That's crazy. Look at this. All coins card. What was I telling you guys? This is, I love this. Like, that's a thing. Like, people feel like you have this everything figured out. Like, you have everything that you want in life figured out. Like, you're working hard for your money. There may be people in your life that try to borrow from you that don't really have a reason to borrow. And they find that unique, that you're willing to say no to them, even though you may spend money on your sibling, your family, or people who are close to you. Like I was saying, the friend group, right? Like, there's like this friend group that you guys have, or this close-knit community that you guys are surrounded by. And so it's like something that brings you happiness is making sure that that's always safe for you guys, always built up for you guys. And there's a lot of happiness for you guys in that. And so I feel like there's people outside of that that may come and ask for money, even if this is family members that you guys don't hang out with like you do whoever I'm talking about, right? These family members come and they might be like, well, but you give it to Susie or you give it to Joe. And you're like, yeah, that's different. You're only asking me for money. Like, I can go to Susie and Joe and ask them for money anytime and they'll give it to me because we're like that. But you're coming to ask for a favor that you'll never return. Like, there's this energy about that. Like, there's somebody around you guys that's like that. Because all they see, look, the only thing that they're paying attention to here is the coins in your life, the material aspect of your life, what it is that you spend your money on. Like, that's all they're concerned about. Oh, well, you're always going on trips. Can't you just not take a trip? And you're like, it's my money. I get to spend it how I want. Who cares about how you feel about it? I want to spend it how I want. And this is something that others find very unique about you, because a lot of people don't live this way, right? They're on the outside looking in. And so they over romanticize your life. And they find it very attractive about you too. Yeah, and it makes them frustrated. Maybe this is an ex-lover that's coming through. Maybe this is people in your past that you guys have dated or whatever, because there's a lot of romantic frustration. Yeah, look at this. I can't with you guys. Look at this. Broken hearts. These are broken-hearted people who are coming through, where you're super attractive, right? And so the money might not resonate with all of you guys, but this is something that's saying you're super attractive and grounded and living your life, your best life, right? Like, you're living your life, you're living your dream, you're taking things serious for your life, and you're pouring into yourself and the people that are closest to you. And these are people who are in your past that are like, well, hey, why didn't you do that for me? And it's like, because that's not how this works. Like, it's not what we're going for here. That is not how things play out. So what do others find unique about pile number one, source? Let's get some oracles out on it. What do others find unique about pile number one? I may have to close that skylight. The sun is creeping. What do others find unique about pile number one, source? Okay, thank you. Let's see. What do others find unique about pile number one, source? What do others find unique about pile number one? Yeah, look, we have Chiron coming out on the bottom over here with hurt and heal. These are people from your past that have hurt you, whether that's friends or coworkers or lovers or whatever. And it's like you're healing, and in your healing process, like, you're taking care of the people who matter in your life, right? For some of you guys, this is a close-knit group of friends that you've had all your life. For others of you guys, this is just yourself and the family that's really close to you. What do others find unique about pile number one? Thank you. Yeah, they see you as very free and a truthful person, right? Like with Jackal Truth. And there's truth to this reading. Like, interesting that that would come out here, but there's like this freedom that's coming through here. Like, you guys have broken out of something that held you captive. And now you're living your life the way that you want. And others are like, that's not fair, right? That's what's unique about you. Like, it's not that some people are going to be jealous no matter, but then there's the people who aren't jealous and they're like cheering you on and they're like, oh, it's so unique. Like, because I wish I could do that, but I can't. And it's like, you know, that fear of like wanting to ask you how you do it, but at the same time, they don't know how to ask you, right? Like, that's what's coming through right now. Yeah, like we have treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. Like, this is what people find unique. You're like always taking care of those that are closest to your heart. And if somebody isn't within these boundaries here, they're not. They don't get to experience that love of you. Guys, I cannot make this stuff up. We have Gaia nurturing here. Like, you're this nurturing, kind soul. You love others deeply. Like, you really want to spend that and you want to nurture those relationships that really matter. And so you go out of your way to nurture those relationships. And this is unique about you because there's not very many people like you. You would think that there are, but that's because you're like that. And so for you, naturally, it's like, if I'm like that, then there must be other people that are like that. But it's not. Like, that's not how it is. Guys, look, we have 7th house coming through here. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Really? Are you serious here? Do you guys see this? This feeling I've gotten the whole time, and we're talking about that. Like, you guys have profound relationships, and that's what others find very unique. It's like you guys have a support system that others could only dream about. Who are you guys? Can I get to know you? Like, please? Seriously, like, this is really cool that you guys do this. It's not as common as you might think. And so, and again, like, you guys could have a romantic partner, but this could also be clarifying that there's romantic partners from your past who feel left out because of this, but they still feel like it's a super unique aspect of you. Look, we have number 12 with kindness, fruit bat, and flying fox. Like, your intelligence is emotional intelligence. Like, you guys have emotional intelligence that just goes beyond what others would understand. Like, most people aren't that invested in others' feelings, and yet you're just naturally invested in others' feelings. And that's a super unique aspect about you guys. Look at, we have 5 simple acts of kindness. Guys, I can't make this up. Look, we had kindness with fruit bat, and it says kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. And 5 is always the most uncomfortable place to be at. It's super uncomfortable change. But here's the thing. I don't feel like you're in this 5 energy. I feel like people from your past are in this 5 energy and they don't know how to quite to take it. And so they're just being uncomfortable because they see you guys giving so much to others, but they're not a part of that, right? They're not involved in that. All right, let's check out what your oracle card was. Celebration with number 6, balance, harmony. I'm going to read this to you guys out of the book. Let's see. I love this. Isn't this such a beautiful card? This kind of reminds me of like the O'Keeffe paintings. Virginia O'Keeffe, is that her name? But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. If you guys know what I'm talking about, comment down below. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. It says, your light is radiant. Be open to spiritual and material blessings coming your way. And we saw that with your guys' reading too. Celebrate your achievements, dear one. You deserve it. You are being honored for all that you have already achieved on your journey. So celebrate your life, accomplishments, and your amazing growth. You have already assisted so many souls to express their own unique light. Spirit has seen your tireless work at all hours on projects to assist humanity. This time, or the time, energy, and love that you have dedicated to the many hungry souls hasn't been easy. There were times that left you tired and drained, but still you soldiered on and persisted with love. There is much to be celebrated here. You're an amazing, radiant soul, and we are so very honored to have you work in bringing humanity back into alignment and balance. Take this time to reflect on your achievements, for you are truly a gift to the universe. The light you emanate reaches corners of the universe you could not even fathom. Don't be so hard on yourself. Didn't I say that in the beginning? Like, you guys have a tendency to beat yourself up, especially for your looks, like the way you guys look. And it's like, it's not about your physical shell. It's about your soul. Your soul is so much more important than the way you guys look. Okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't ever feel that the work you do isn't enough. Each time you help another to see their inner light, the world gets a little bit brighter. You are never alone. You are always guided and supported by teachers and masters of the highest realm. All your earthly needs and requirements are and will always be taken care of. You are loved and appreciated for the beautiful soul that you are. Celebrate life, celebrate you. It says, I celebrate the light and love that is me and have gratitude for this opportunity to shine. So that's what others find unique about you. Like, no matter the situations that you've been in, whether they were difficult or beautiful, right? No matter the situations that you've been in, you guys always shine your light. Even for the people that aren't closest to you, it's like you still find a way to show kindness to them. Like, you still find a way to be, you know what, that's just not going to work out for me, but I wish you luck. Like, you're not rude about it. You're not ever like, oh, why are you asking me that? Like, it's not about that. But it's like, again, you have this place, this bubble where it's like whoever falls within this realm with you, whether that's the whole world or just a few people, you take such good care of them, right? And we had that come out with the celebration card. It's just like how you guys take care of those that are closest to you is so profound. What a beautiful freaking reading, pile one. I'm so honored to connect with you guys. You have such a gorgeous energy. Own it, live in it, express your truth, because we need you in the world. I hope you understand that. We truly do. This is what I have for you guys, pile one. I hope that this resonates. If it does, hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel, set that notification bell, and until the next reading, stay human, guys. Bye. Welcome, my fellow humans that chose pile 2, or for those of you that chose the nickel that I put on there. This is going to be a reading on what others find unique about you. Pile 1 was awesome, so I'm so excited to see what your guys' pile brings. Of course, we are going to ask the dice first. Before we start, though, if these are resonating with you guys, make sure you do hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Set the notification bell so you do get notified when the next video drops. And keep in mind that as you guys interact with the channel, it gives me an opportunity to get you out more resonating readings. It is not a requirement, it is not an obligation, but it does help greatly. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into your reading, and just thank you so much for being here, guys. So source for pile number 2, what do others find unique about my fellow humans on pile number 2? What do others find unique about my fellow humans on pile 2, source? What can we tell them? What do they need to know? What do others find unique about pile number 2? Okay, let's zoom in. Here we go. Wow, that is way too far. There we go. All right. Some of you guys have a social media presence already. That's what others find unique. You're like, there's so many people on social media. Are you serious? I can already hear some of you guys right now. Yeah, that's what people find unique. Why? Because they're not doing it, right? You could actually be the only person that you know in your group of friends that has a social media presence. It doesn't have to be like humongous or anything like that. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you have 1 million followers. Some of you guys may have a lot of followers, like a ton of followers, but you guys are very much in this place of giving to others. You deal with collectives. You guys deal with the mass majority of people. Like, you guys deal with big groups. These are people who share like-minded energies with you. Right? And the other thing that people find unique is that you guys are not afraid to go after your hopes and wishes. Right? Like, for some reason, you guys have special gifts that they've not realized that maybe they possess, or maybe that others possess that are around them. So this is just an example, but say you guys are tarot readers, or you've chosen a spiritual path, right? You have prophetic dreams, or you guys have prophetic visions, or maybe you're a medium, maybe you guys are psychic, you're just extremely intuitive, you guys are empaths, anything along those lines. You guys have gifts that others find very unique because you're the only person that they know that possesses these gifts. And it's like being in the spiritual community, you're always connecting with other people that have these gifts, so it doesn't seem as unique to you because you're like in the greater realm of the world where most people around you, they've lived this very sheltered life and they see you and how intuitive you are. Or like if you have a divination that you guys do, say you read runes, okay? I'm just going to use runes as an example here. But say you read runes and people are like, oh my gosh, like that stuff is crazy, like it comes true, or it is true, or how do you know things about me that nobody else knows, right? Or just say that you have psychic knowings and people are like, how do you know that? And it's like, I don't know, I just knew, right? Or it just came out that way, or it's in the runes, or whatever it is. Like, it doesn't seem that unique to you because it's yours. But this is what others find very unique about you. The 11th house has to do with our gifts from source, right? You guys impact society. And I feel that some other people have realized that you're super protected. Like if there are others that do practice certain types of religions that have like where you can curse others or something like that, they realize that those curses very quickly come back to them because you guys are within the protected light workers. So just being a light worker sometimes is a very unique thing. And I know like on these, like we always are looking for something that just makes us like feel like we really stand out even to ourselves. But most of the time, the things that make us unique are something that we had a hard time accepting about ourselves. And it seems so normal, right? In our lives, like being the way that you are seems so normal, but it is actually a very unique thing that others see and they find very unique about you. Especially with Sagittarius energy here, this means that you guys could also have like I keep getting divination here with the Sagittarian and the 11th house together, especially with Neptune energy coming through, like something that's very spiritual by nature. You guys could even just be religious, okay? Like it doesn't have to be as open as spirituality. It could be very, like you guys are very religious and you guys are very staunch in your religion, very devoted, right? Like it's very much like, this is my devotion and it's a part of who you are. And it's like, it never keeps you from making friends. It never keeps you from reaching people, but it's just such a part of who you are that others find that so unique because you're not like out there to get others. Like you're not trying to convince others of anything. Your biggest thing is like, this is me and my journey. And that's your biggest thing. And people find that very unique because if you ever run into some people who are very, very religious sometimes, like I think we've all experienced that where people are just trying to convert you on the spot. And it's like, you're not like that. Like your religion, your spirituality, your practices, whatever they are, your beliefs, they're very much between you and whatever you believe in. And at the same time, like if somebody asks you or if you have a conversation about it, you're willing to talk about it and be super open. And this is something that's very unique. It also plays into your intuition and the gifts that you've been given. People realize that it's because of your devotion to your practices that you have this gift, and that's unique because they're not able to devote the time that you have to your practices. So whether that's you guys reading the Bible or showing up to pray or showing up to meditate or showing up to do a divination for yourself, like whatever your practices is, it could be as simple as journaling and it could be as complex as having a whole ritualistic hour set aside for yourself each day, right? Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but that's what they say they find very unique about you. And you guys are always seeking the truth. So even within whatever you believe, like you guys are willing to find the truth. And if something you once believed is proven to you through your insight, your intuition, your psychic knowing, your guides, God, source, your angels, whatever, if that has been proven to you that once what you thought was truth is no longer the truth for you, you're also not afraid to say that out loud to people. And people find that very unique because you're very much in this place of it's not about being proven wrong. It's like you're always expanding. And in expanding, sometimes things that we once thought no longer resonate with us. And we begin to resonate with something else that feels more like us. And we find that that really does feel like us. And so we're more ready to embrace that. This feels like love. This very much feels like love. You guys are always expanding in the aspect of love. So whatever's behind the scenes is fine, but it feels very much like you guys are constantly trying to embody the idea of unconditional love. And as you guys are embodying that, you're realizing that things that once you believed, like, you know, the differences between each other, now you don't feel there are differences between anybody. Or like maybe you believe that you were right and others were wrong, and now you realize that everybody has their own right to be right in their life. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just this open-minded view, and people are just so flabbergasted by it, because it's just like, it's not, most people are so set in their ways. They'll be set in their way from the day they're born till the day they die. Like, that's an easy way to explain it, right? But once they believe that, they're going to believe that for their whole life, and they're not going to change. And you're willing to seek the truth and change, and it doesn't change your happy-go-lucky attitude. It doesn't. You're super intelligent. You're always learning. You're always exploring, and it's created you. It like has created this situation where you're like the philosopher in people's lives with these ridiculously wonderful gifts that people are like, I wish I was like that too. And you're like, that's just me. I can feel you guys already just like, really? Like, that doesn't feel unique. But remember, we're on the outside looking in. We're looking at it from other people's perspective. And this is something that they themselves aren't able to possess at this time, or they feel like they're not ever going to, which we know is not true. But it's like that energy of like, I'm not able to embody this right now. So seeing someone who does, that seems very unique in their life. Right? You guys are very mystical. You guys are connected with, we have Neptune, which is all about what is the unseen, the spiritual realm, right? Your intuition, mysticism, dreams, delusions, illusions, imagination, confusion, psychic energy, receptivity, inspiration. What else do we have with Neptune? It is the planet of addictions, guilt, deceit, vulnerability. We have music here, memories, right? Photography, spirituality, idealism. This is the one that governs your feet, your toes, your journey through life, the pineal gland, right? Your overall immune system. Okay, and this is just like thinking about all these things that Neptune governs, that Neptune is about. It's like you're talking about someone who has gifts beyond what people see. So like, if you've ever divined for someone, they're just like, holy crap, like, how did Pile 2 know? And you're like, because that's what I do. And that's what's unique about you, is your intuitive knowing, your psychic sense, your psychic abilities. You guys could have one of the clairs, right? There's claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience, oh my gosh. I don't know. There's the hearing, the seeing, the smelling, the tasting, the feeling, the knowing, the knowing in your mind and the knowing in your gut. Like, there's two of those. Like, there's a whole bunch of them, guys. So you guys could have one or multiples of the clairs. You could be a psychic medium. You could just be psychic, right? Because all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. But this is something that people find very unique about you. And it's like, you're kind of like one in a million in their eyes. Right? You're probably like one of a kind in their eyes, actually, because they probably feel like they're never going to meet anybody like you. And the thing is like, especially if you know these people, like, they're in this energy of like, well, I would have never run into someone that was like this unless I actually chose to go out of my way to meet someone, like to go to a psychic or to go to a medium or this, that, and the other. Like, people wouldn't just normally just go unless they felt called to do so. And here you are, just a part of their lives, and they think you're so unique. So let's ask. Oh, they want me to shuffle. I did shuffle, but they want me to shuffle. Okay. So what do others find unique about pile number 2, Source? What do others find unique about pile number 2? I'll have to fix that later. Okay, well, anyways, what do others find unique about pile number 2, Source? Okay, wow, these came out. I messed up my shuffle. So we might get some reversals, but I don't take reversals in this deck. So what do others find unique? Whoa, holy crap. Okay, I gotta pause. I gotta pause. It went flying. Okay, so it was the 9 of Diamonds that came out, also representing the Hermit card. So we have the King of Wands, also representing the Magician. Yeah, see, some of these came... I don't know what I did. I guess I just shuffled it wrong. Usually I'm really good about my shuffles, but that's cool. Okay, so we have the 4 of Spades representing death. We have the 8 of Spades representing justice. Like, you guys all got the mystery cards with your normal cards here. Like, this is crazy. So we have the 9 of Diamonds representing the Hermit. And then we have the King of Clubs representing the Magician. This is a story, like, people have seen you transform. They've seen you, not only that, they've seen you transform into this person who once doubted themselves greatly, who once was just like so scared maybe to take a step forward in their life. And yet whatever happened is the unseen, right? You see how there's this blindfold across her eyes here, and the eyes are down here on the scales. It's like people find it unique because they feel like God, if there is a God, right? Like this is how they're seeing it. Like, if there is a God in this person's life, God has weighed them on the scales of judgment, and somehow you passed, and it was in your guys' solitude and your choice to take time for yourself and to build yourself up, right? Because I feel like this is solitude for you guys, and I feel like you guys have chosen to step away from everyone you knew. And so while they still know you, but there's this energy of like, you guys have grown so much and you guys created exactly what you wanted in your life. Like, we have the 2 of Coins coming out representing the Popess in my deck, right? All about intuitive, psychic abilities, knowing, seeing the unseen. And people feel like because you see the unseen, you're capable of creating the life that you want. And they think that that's very unique about you. And they wish that they understood or knew how to do that. And I feel like some of you guys are over there like, you just have to figure out who you are, right? But not everybody's going to figure that out in this lifetime. Most people who figure out they have gifts, they're sent here for purpose. Like, there's a mission that we're on. It's not even about being the chosen ones. It's like that gift is given to you and it's been unveiled to you because there's a mission with that gift that's necessary for you at this time. And that's like what people have seen. They've seen you go from being shy, and they've seen you go from being secluded, right? There's this idea of being secluded to finding solitary. And that's what you chose. You chose solitary and solitary discovery, integration, and learning about yourself. And in doing so, it's like Source gave you this gift, because that's with the Justice card here, also the 8 of Spades. It's like they feel like that after you understood who you were, you suddenly were given this gift to help others. And that's what they see about you guys. They find it as unique. Like it's unique because they don't know anybody else who's gone through a transformation like this. They don't know anybody who's lived a life quite like this. And I feel like you guys have been through a lot. And despite the fact that you've been through a lot, like we have the Queen of Swords fly out right now. Despite the fact that you guys have been through a lot, you are still very kind and gentle. Like, even despite kind, I feel like at one point you guys were doormats. Yeah, look, we have the King of Wands with the King of Clubs here. They're the same. The King of Wands, right? Coming out. We have a Queen and King coming out together. You guys are very balanced in your nature. But I feel like you guys are still, like, okay. What I was going to say is I feel like you guys are this gentle soul. And why I'm saying gentle over kind, yes, you guys are kind, but you guys are gentle more than anything, because at one point you guys were a doormat in people's lives, and now you know how to set boundaries, but that doesn't stop you from being a gentle person. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just like, you know, when you find a gentle dog, like, you know, they're just gentle no matter what. They'll let other dogs do whatever they do. They'll let kids do whatever they do. They're just gentle. They'll still give them kisses. They still love everybody. Like, this is just an example, but that's what I'm saying. It's like you guys have this gentle soul. right? And people saw you guys get involved with relationships that maybe weren't good for you, very toxic or very immature, whether that was sexually immature or whether that was just actually these people were just not on your level, but you still were just such that gentle soul that you're just like, oh, they'll grow up. But then you finally had to find your own truth. And you finally have come into this place where it's like, if it's not serving me, you guys, people feel like you're cold. They feel like, oh, pile 2, you've gotten so cold, right? But you're not. Like, you're still this gentle soul. And that's what the people who know you and who see you and, like, actually see beyond. Like, in other words, these are people that you may not have cut off, but people who aren't really in your life all the time. They still see how gentle you are, even if you don't talk to certain people anymore. It's the people who you don't talk to anymore that feel like you've turned cold. And you guys have become so confident in your gift. Like, there's something that changed for you here. Or even if you guys don't feel confident in your gift, others see you as being unique because you're confident and this is your ability. Like, so say you guys, again, with divination, like, it's like others would be so scared to even try, and yet you're just, like, confident, and you talk about it, and you're willing to help others. Like, you're willing to give it away. You're willing to give it away, give it away, give it away now. Look, and that's what changed your fortune, your life. People feel like you manifest everything you want in your life, but it's all about the fact that you discovered this about yourself, and you committed. Look, I can't with you guys. Look, you committed to your gift from the divine with the Pope card here. This connection, it's like the heart, the mind, the body, and the soul. Like, this is like heart connection here. It's like connection to the ether, the realms, right? Beyond. And it had to come from you guys maybe at once being people pleasers and needing approval from others, and you guys changed that. And so people who know you, who knew that you were in this energy, always falling apart because you're such a gentle soul, you finally found the way to find boundaries within yourself, not letting go of that gentleness within you, but embodying and embracing this gift that you have. And that's what others find unique about you, right? Like that. What a beautiful thing. I'm so honored to connect with your guys' energy. You guys are just such beautiful people. Like, truly, truly gentle. Like gentle as a lamb, right? Like, that's, I wish I had other words to explain or describe you guys, but that's what people really find unique about you. It's your spirituality, but you guys aren't egotistical about it. You're, in fact, I feel like most of you guys are surprised as others that you have this gift. You're just kind of like, so I feel like for some time, maybe you guys denied your gift and people saw that and something changed. And now you're just like, no, like, there's so much confirmation that this is who I am, that now you guys are accepting it. And as you accept it, it's like you don't become a jerk about it. You're not like, oh, I deserve recognition or anything like that. It's like when people recognize this gift within you and they come to you and they're like, hey, pile 2, like, thank you for helping me. When people do come to you, right? Because I feel like it's not very often that people do, because they just expect you to understand and know that you're amazing. But I feel like when people do come to you and say, thank you so much, you're just like sitting there like, wow, really? Like, it helped you? That's so cool. Like, you're so humbled and so kind about it. Like, you don't expect anything from anybody, but when somebody does come forward, it just means a lot to you. Look at that. We have the peregrine falcon. We have observatory. Wow, I can talk. Observation with 25 here. And you see, this is the eye of Horus, the third eye coming through here. This is like you guys really connecting with your pineal gland here. It's like this is a deep connection that you guys have, that people have known about you for probably your whole life. They've known that you've been an intuitive on a basic level. On a basic level, they've known that you've been intuitive. But now that you're like actually opening up to it, like people actually get to see the depth of what it is that you offer, right? Exactly, the depth. I didn't know this was on the bottom. We have iceberg submerged. It's like before you only saw 10%, but there was so much under the water that you didn't know. And then as you started to explore the depths of your soul and who you are, like you started opening up, and maybe you only see 30% of your gift now. But it's like the more you practice and the more you get in touch with yourself, the sharper your abilities become. It's like a muscle that you guys are training. And that's what people think is so unique, because it's like every time they see you next, they're like, oh, how much has pile 2 changed this time? Like, how much has pile 2? It's almost like you guys put out information or stuff that resonates with the collective. And they're always like wondering, like, how did pile 2 know that that was for me? So yeah, you guys could be a Libra, but we do have Libra here. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. This goes back to what I was saying, that gentle soul, but it's like weighing the opposites, weighing the odds. Like God, source, has weighed your soul and has gifted you with this, because no matter how much people like hurt or harm you in life, like you're still always the child of God, right? Like you're still always this beautiful individual. You're still always this person that people are like, how is it that pile 2 has gone through what they've gone through and they're still so beautiful? Like, look, we have focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. This is exactly what you do. This is what people find unique about you. You always look for the good in everyone. Even the people that have hurt you, you're still always like, they're not a bad person. Like, they were just having a bad day. Like, you're that person that's just like, don't judge them because of what seemingly looked bad. There's no reason to judge. It's not our play. Like, that's what is unique about you. We have 40 coming out with sacrifice bull. Like, exactly, you've sacrificed so much, right? And it's like, the more you come into this place and you realize that it's like, my sacrifices have gotten me where I am. Do you see this power with this lightning here? You guys are realizing that the dualism in life plays a pivotal part on your journey, and you guys embody and embrace that, which brings you into Green Man synergy. This is like knowing that one can't exist without the other. This is harmony. You guys have found harmony within your soul with your journey, and people find that very unique about you. I really love your guys' reading, can I just say? Then we have number 15, which is 6, and 6 is all about balance and harmony. We have practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. And wasn't I saying that? Like, people are always wondering, like, the next time they see you, oh, how has pile 2 changed today? Because you guys are always growing. Like, you guys are always growing spiritually. Like, we have earth energy here with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Persistence, patience, and practicality. Like, that goes back to what I was talking about with your guys' rituals. Like, you're persistent, but you also have had patience. I feel like where you are today took time. Like, it's not something that just happened overnight, and you knew it was going to take time. You knew it was going to take persistence. You knew that you were going to have to follow a plan to get there, and you did. And you continue to follow that plan because it's that plan that helps you guys grow. Look, we have number 23, which is 5. 5 is that uncomfortable place to be at, that uncomfortable change. You guys live in that uncomfortable change. It's move forward. Look at all these stars, this beautiful picture here. Let me read this to you guys out of the book. Okay. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. You're being encouraged to let go and release the skeletons of your past. Constantly shifting back and forth between better and harder times only takes away from today. Constantly resurrecting situations and circumstances that are long gone only serves to take away from this moment. You exhaust valuable energy holding on to the frustrations that keep you tied to the memories of your past skeletons. Being in this state of mind is no different to keeping you locked in one chapter of the book. The book never ends due to your inability to move forward. Moving forward physically is not the same as moving forward mentally. Although your physical body carries you through to experience each day, your mind lingers and holds on to the past. Having this duality of mind and body does not allow the present moment to be fully appreciated and utilized. This may leave you wondering why your visions and dreams always seem to be out of reach. To enjoy a life of manifestation and fulfilled dreams, your mind, body, and spirit must work together as one. Didn't I say that with the... Okay, so first we had, I'm just going to pause here for a second. First, we did have the duality coming through, which I talked about with the sacrifice card, right? That confirmation. And also with the Pope card that came out over here. I was talking about the mind, body, soul connection. And we have that here. Like, this is just confirming. This is not what you guys are dealing with. This is just confirming how others see you, because everybody else is stuck in the past. And here you are the one that's moving forward. And they're like, how? Like, if I went through the things that pile 2 went through, I would never be able to move forward. It says, for it is only through working in wholeness that you are able to create a life of choice. This is the secret to abundance and real joy. The past is the past. Embrace its lessons and be grateful for the memories and adventures it has brought to your life. Now breathe in deep. Let it go, for it is time to move on, dear one. As challenging as it may be, it is time. New adventures and possibilities await. And the affirmation connected to this card is, I am grateful for my past experiences, good and hard. I embrace the lessons learned and now move forward courageously. And I feel like you guys are embodying that affirmation with this reading. That's what people find unique about you guys, because they're all stuck in the past and you actually help people move forward from their own journeys. But it's like, it basically, like, every time they see you and they see how you've overcome a struggle, they're like, oh, if pile 2 can do it, then I must be able to do it too. And it's like, I feel like you guys are like, good. That's how people should be, right? Like, they should feel like they are not stuck. They always need to be searching for ways to live in this moment. And that's what people find unique about you. And you've inspired others to do so. You guys have let go of this old belief that you had to have everybody like you, and now you just live for yourself, and you live for your rituals, and you live for your connection to this higher power. And people are they're just awestruck by you, right? What a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for letting me connect with you guys, pile 2. I really enjoyed this. If it resonates, please hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Set that notification bell so you guys always know when the next video does go live. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Until the next reading, guys, stay human. Bye. Welcome, my fellow humans that chose pile 3. For those of you that chose this dime, this is going to be your reading and what others find unique about you. So far, these readings have been incredible. I'm just super honored to be here giving them to you guys. And I do want to let you guys know, if these resonate, hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe to the channel, and set that notification bell. It's never a requirement. It's never an obligation. It just truly helped me out. And keep in mind that as you guys interact with the channel, it does allow me an opportunity to get you out more resonating readings. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and start with the dice. And we'll see, what is it that others find unique about you? So, Source, what is it that others find unique about pile number 3? What is it that others find unique about pile 3? What can we tell them here, Source? What do they need to know? What is it that others find unique about pile number 3? Okay, so let's zoom in. I'll have to move those. Okay. I think that's close enough here. Let me make sure I'm in the frame. Okay. Am I in frame? Okay, good. We're good. What do others find unique about you? Y'all are some secretive people. You guys might be a water sign. We have heavy Cancer energy here. We also have Scorpio coming out, but you could be Pisces. You guys might have water highly aspect in your chart, or I did hear a water trine right now. That did come through. But what do others find unique about you? You guys could be parents. You don't have to be parents, okay? This is one of the messages coming through. Let me get through this here. So you guys could be parents. You guys could be just really close with your parents, okay? You guys experience life with your parents. And people find that unique because it's like the relationship that's between you and your children or you and your parents is very close. And it's like you guys are very receptive with each other. It's like your parents receive from you, you receive from your parents. There's nobody like out to try and get one another or anything like that. It's like this very equal give and take kind of connection. And people feel like that's unique. It's also this very homely connection that people are like, wish that they were able to have. But you guys keep your home separate. You guys are super passionate about life and driven. And this is like, people find that unique because you're so secretive, but it's like you don't tell people what you're doing, but you just get stuff done. Like, you're the pile that, like, you guys are so ambitious, and you guys will go and you'll work in silence for hours and days and months, and then all of a sudden when you guys come forward, you produce this great product. It could be a book, it could be a website, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be a podcast, it could be anything, but you guys just work in silence, you get it done, and then you all of a sudden you produce this great product, and everybody's like, holy crap, like, where did that come from? You guys also are unique in the way that people are super jealous of you and you just don't give a rat's patoot. Like, you do not care. You're like, that's fine, stay jealous. You guys are super sexy. You guys have a very unique facial structure that people find very alluring. Okay, and they are very much like, this is a very big attraction thing here. So, and you guys could have had a lot of vindictive energy in your past, and yet you guys still just are who you are. You guys are very truthful. You intimidate people, and that's what people find unique about you, because you guys are super intimidating. You're also not afraid to start things over. Like, if something's not working for you guys, you will be the first one to bounce out and be like, okay, cool, that's not working. I tried it, it's not working. It's not like you guys just try it once. It's like you guys will try it until it gets to the point where you're like, okay, this clearly is not working for me anymore. And so you guys will leave that. Let me let the train go by. I'm gonna need a drink of water while it's going by. You guys will leave that and start something new. And people feel like that is super unique about you. You're also not afraid to separate from things that aren't serving you. So you guys are family oriented. You're secretive. And, you know, the moon here is like, you guys take care of yourself. You're connected with your inner child. Like, I keep getting that family situation here, because the moon is all about the inner mother, the inner child, that feminine nurturing energy here. And so is that house 4 is connected with the inner mother, the nurturing feminine figures here. And so you could have a very close relationship with your mom that people envy, or you could have a very close relationship with your dad, who may be a water sign or an earth sign. Okay, and this is not going to resonate with everybody. That is just it's a very specific message. And so you guys have this very close relationship, and you guys share everything with them, and it's like people just wish that they had that, and they find it very unique. You guys also have some very, like, very good instincts. It's like more than intuition. Like, it is intuitive. The moon is connected with intuitive, but intuition, but this is like your instincts. Like, you just naturally know what to do and what's good for your life. You guys could also get gut feelings all the time, and you don't even question that. Like, when they come up, you're like, oh, I have a gut feeling, I need to do this. Because you've tried to question that before in your life and it's gone wrong, and people just are like, how do they do it? And they know that you guys are instinctive. Like, this is more than intuition. This is instinctive. Okay, it's like you guys are the ones that first know when the tsunami's coming. Even though people who have really good intuition, like, they're gonna know about it, but it's like you guys, it's instinct. It's like something moves in the ground and you just know. It's not to say that you're not intuitive. Like, I don't want that to be like, oh, but I'm intuitive. No, like, I feel like most of you guys are very intuitive. But this is deeper than intuition. This is like your body reacts to your intuition on a very cellular level. Like, this isn't, you guys are like, oh, that's my intuition, I'm intuitively being guided. It's like, no, I have this gut feeling. I'm going to go follow this gut feeling. We know that intuition's connected with the gut feeling, but again, I wish I could... Okay, thank you, Source. That's a good example here. So it's like you have hunters and then you have trackers. Most people are hunters. You're the tracker. You're the one that notices all the little tiny minute details that no one even knows. Like, that's what I mean by instinctual. Like, you guys have this instinct that people find very unique. Sorry, I know. You want me to shuffle? I was just starting. I don't know. So, let's get some tarot out on it. Source, what do others find unique about pile number 2? What do others find unique about pile number 2? What do others find unique about pile number 2? Okay. Yeah, you guys are definitely passionate and driven. Very sexy. Like, people think you're however you look. Okay, like, you guys don't look like anybody else. You guys have a very unique style. You guys have a very unique face. You guys have a very unique body. You guys have a very unique being. And you're very sexy. And people are very attracted to you. Yeah, again, okay, so like the intuition coming out here with the 2 of coins, or I'm sorry, the 2 of diamonds and the Pope-S card here. She's all about intuition, right? But the thing is like, this feels very instinctual to me. This is something like sometimes your intuition and your instincts might go against one another, and you still always follow your instincts because it's like, my instincts have never set me wrong. And it's like you're starting right now to learn how to really trust your intuition as well. But it's like almost like the two have a battle sometimes, but it's not like they're wrong. It's not like either one of them is wrong. It's like you guys are just trying to understand what is what right now, but there's like this instinctual knowing. So when you need to leave something, when you need to do something, when you need to experience something, you guys absolutely do it. And people find that like they're like the last ones to know. You're the first ones to know. Yeah, so you guys have very successful at starting things again. What was I saying? Like, you guys, it's unique because you guys leave something. Like, if something's not working for you guys, you bunk out. You're like, okay, this isn't working. And you're not even hurt by it. You're not even upset about the time that you spent on it. You're like, hey, I gave it my best. I tried. I did what I could, and it's not working. And it's like you almost, that's that where that instinct comes in. It's like you intuitively know when to leave. Okay, it's like you're not putting any extra effort or time into it that is unnecessary. It's like you go up right to the point where it's like, okay, this is a dead end, and you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to climb it or get over it, get around it, get through it or anything. You're like, nope, that's it. I'm moving on to the next thing. I have this plan in place, and now I'm going to try this. And you guys instinctively know, you intuitively know. Yeah. We have the Fool card here, and it's like you guys are willing to do that no matter the cost. Like, for others, you're very risky, but for you, that's just how you live your life. Like, to others, they see it as chaos, right? They see it as absolute chaos, but for you, it's like, no, this is just how I live my life. Like, this is how things work. And people can't like wrap their head around the fact that you live your life like this, and it's unique because they would never do that. Like, people need to know that. They need to know how, what, when, where, why, and how. And you're like, I don't need to know any of that. I just need to know, does it feel right? And like, that's how you live your life. And that's very unique to others. And that's why you're so secretive to others, or why you seem so secretive to others. You do things that just like, they don't understand how you come to this conclusion, but it's all based on your gut feeling. So what else can we get on this source? But yeah, people feel like you're very attractive, but you're uniquely attractive. Like, we have Scorpio energy coming out again with the Nameless card here. Another confirmation at being willing to begin again. Like, endings don't bother you, right? Like, the Nameless card is all about transformations, the ending of one thing, the beginning of another, the moving on, letting go of past wounds, letting go of past hurts, letting go of past beliefs, letting go of generational curses here. It's like you guys are healing aspects of your life that people didn't even know needed to be healed. It's like, but you're willing to work on yourself. You're willing to do things for yourself that feel good. And it's like, as you follow that, it's like things just kind of seemingly work out for you. You guys seem to have success no matter where you go. And people are always like, how does it always work out for pile number 3? Like, you guys are viewed as lucky, and that's unique. You guys might not feel like you're lucky, but it's like, people see you as lucky. Like, they see you guys as always being able to get what you want, especially from the endings. Okay, that's too many, source. That's too many cards. Right? Especially from the endings that you guys experience. Like, it's like you guys are always get what you want. Yeah, and you don't give very much to people. Like, we have this Cancerian energy again with the Queen of Cups. So you don't give that to people. Like, you don't really use your intuition necessarily to help others. It's not even a bad thing. Don't take that the wrong way. Some of you guys could. But most of you guys, it is all about survival for yourself, because there's just something about helping others that you know it's not gonna pan out well, or it hasn't panned out well for you in the past. And it's like, you'll help those that you care about, but you guys do not give to people who do not earn your trust, or who do not earn a spot at your table, right? It's like, you guys are willing to share with anybody as long as they've earned a spot at that table. And people are mystified by that. They're just like, well, how can you be like that? Like, you may be the one that's a B or an a-hole or whatever that people connect with, and they're like, they're like, oh, well, they're just a jerk in life, right? Like, I'm not trying to curse on here, but they're like, you're just a jerk, but you're really not. Like, you just don't take anybody, you don't take anybody at face value. You don't take anybody by their word. Like, you let people show you who they are, and then you make a decision. And a lot of times the reason why you're like this, you're not afraid to end things, is because most people, they have ulterior motives in mind. They're not there to actually build something of sustenance. They're there to take something from you, and you realize that, and you're like, look, right? I'm done. I'm not going to put up with your nefarious acts. I'm not going to put up with that. I'm going to leave. I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to take care of me. If I have to go it alone, I'll go it alone, right? You're not afraid to do that, and that mystifies people. They're just kind of like, they think that's so unique because it's not anything that they would do. Most people are worried about everybody liking them. You're more concerned about, are they genuine? Are they real? And are they trustworthy and honorable? And if they're not, bye. Like, I'm done, right? Yeah. See, you guys are super kind. You guys are generous, but you guys are so emotionally mature that you don't mess around with people who don't have their stuff together, because you see right through that. You've already built yourself up into this place. This is a very strong place. Yeah. And people have a tendency to come at you from a place of lies and deceit because they think they can get something from you. They think they can gain something from you, but you've learned how to, like, this is discernment at its finest. You guys have an impeccable discernment. You guys might realize, like, when you meet somebody, you immediately know whether or not that person's genuine. You immediately know whether or not that person has your best interest at heart. Like, you immediately know this person at a core level, and that is what people find unique about you, because I feel like everybody you've ever met has been on the receiving end of your discernment. And it's not anything that they've necessarily done. It's just because that has become a survival. That's why that instinct keeps coming up. It's like this has become a survival tactic for you in life, but it's become a skill that you guys have developed beyond what most people don't develop things like this. It means that you guys experienced a lot of hardships in your past. Whatever those hardships were. Didn't I say that you guys were clearing out generational curses, like karma, right? And we had DNA karma come out. Like, you guys are clearing out karma from your DNA strands, like from your past lives, from your parents' lives, from your grandparents' lives. Like, you guys are healing the wounds that have generated in your life. This could even be that you guys mystify your family. You could be the one that's like this in your family, the only one that's like this. And it mystifies your family. Like, they're like, what the heck? Like, how did we create somebody that's like that? And it's like, it's just whatever experiences that you've been through. You guys have learned how to save yourself, but not necessarily in a selfish way. It's just like, it's whether you guys have been abused, neglected, abandoned, whatever it is, it like created this idea within you where it's like, okay, I'm going to know who people are before I even let someone get close to me. And you guys have, like, when I say discernment level 1000, okay, like, I can't even, that's what the instinct is here. That's why I keep getting drawn to that feeling of instinct. It's like, this is more than just an intuitive knowing. This is like, you guys, have you guys ever seen that show Lie to Me? With, I can never remember his name. He's the dude that also played in 10 Star. But anyways, he reads people's facial expressions, and he knows if people are lying to him. He knows how people feel about things. Like, he knows all based on their facial expression. Like, that's the type of energy that you guys are giving off. What a unique, like, I'm actually really glad you guys are pile 3, because this is different. I don't think I've ever met anybody quite like you before. Then that's unique, right? Like, that's unique. You guys might realize you're kind of one of a kind. Like, people don't act like you. People don't realize they don't, like, it'll be like, oh, they're really trustworthy. And you're like, no, there's something off about them. And they're like, no, they're a really good person. They're a really good person. You're like, no, there's something off about them. And people are like a month down the road, they're like, how did you know? And you're like, I just knew. But it's not even intuition. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's, yes, you're intuitive, but it's not intuition. This is something else. This is like a skill that has been developed because of the experiences that you've lived. And then like when you meet someone that's good, it's like oftentimes people are like, no, they're a bad person. Like, no, they're not that good. Like, and you're like, no, this is a good person. And that ends up being like your ride or die. And people are like, how did you know? And you're like, I just knew. Like transformation coming through. Like you guys are willing to transform. Like you're not afraid to live in this uncomfortable state of change. And most people are so not willing to live there because it's uncomfortable. It's like not fun to be in a state of change, but it's also the only thing that's constant in life. And you're willing to live in that state of change because you know it's going to happen regardless. Whether you're comfortable with it or uncomfortable with it, it's going to happen regardless. And so I feel like a long time ago, you just became comfortable with change. You embodied it, you embraced it, and you allow it happen. So when it happens, it doesn't knock your whole world apart. Like nothing bad happens to you. You're just able to flow with it instead of resisting it. You know, most people resist change. And then they wonder why things start to fall apart. And then when it really falls apart, it really falls apart. And then it's like, oh my gosh. But you're just like, nope, okay, here comes a change. Like you're like open the door to it. Hey brother, it's nice to see you again. It's been a while. I missed you. Like, come on, you want some dinner? Hey, I got your favorite snacks. I bought you some Doritos this time around, you know? Change is like, hey, thanks, man. Thanks for caring, you know? Like, that's how it feels. Yeah, like we have Pisces energy coming out now. Intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Yeah, so it's like definitely, like you guys have an insight to the spirit realms. And it has become your guys' MO for living your life. I don't feel like you guys are super spiritual. Wow. That is way too many cards. Sorry, source. We're not going to play that game. I don't feel like you guys are necessarily super spiritual. You could be. But I feel like more or anything, you guys just have an insight to the spiritual realm because of the life that you've lived. Like, it's just, you just see things, you see the nuanced energies that people don't see. It says the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Like you're a very kind person. You're unique because you're a very kind person. When people get to see you beyond this place, like when they're actually genuine and they get a chance to come into your life, they get to see you and they know that you're a loving, kind, gentle person. Like it's not about that. Like you're truly a unique individual. Like you're very kind, but it's more than that. Like you see people. You see a person, you don't see their shell, you see their soul. And it's like you interact with them on a soul level. No, I didn't even know that was here. Did you guys see? Oh, I was off camera. I wish I had the cards on camera so you guys could have saw me flip this over. I didn't know this was here. It's number 28, the soul butterfly. And I was talking about being on a soul level. I'm going to put the cards in the camera so you guys see when I flip these over. I can't. I was just talking about that. You guys talk to them on a soul level and then this card comes out. Like, that's how I feel, guys. Like, it's like you guys talk to them on a soul. I just love this. I love the way that Source communicates with us. I apologize. I didn't have that in the camera. I wish you could, but that's how excited I am about that because that just happened. You guys help others transform too, but this is like you guys live in a state of caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly. Like you guys go through these cycles and it's easy for you. We have sextile coming in, a combination of tension and flow, potential and rewarding situation. This is how people see you. They see you always getting what you want in life. But in truth, what is the reality behind it is that you guys are always having this ebb and flow. Like change happens, you flow with it. Change happens, you flow with it. And that's the tension, is change. But you've learned not to resist that. You've learned to let it come in. Look, we have house 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. This is what happens when people are able to show up as their authentic self. They get to experience this type of connection with you, this love, kind connection with you. And it's like beyond any other connection because you guys, you're more about the deep stuff. You don't want something that's surface level. You don't even deal with, like, you're not that person that's like, hey, how are you today? What's the weather? Blah, blah, blah. Like you text your friend and like you guys have been talking about, I don't know, the way that the universe works, and say you left the conversation a week ago and you both got busy and now you have time to text them. You just basically pick up that conversation right where it left off. You know, like that's the type of conversations that you have. Like, and then we have number 6, be willing to express love to receive love. And I feel like people don't know this about you, but if they were loving and kind towards you instead of standoffish, because you guys like seem like a jerk, you're not, okay? It's just like that, the RBF, right? Like, if you guys know what that is, I'm not going to say it, but the RBF, it's like that type of energy. It's like they judge you before they know you. And it's like if they didn't judge you and they expressed love and they came to you guys correct, like you would give them love beyond what they would ever even understand. Like, not love what people expect, like real love, like that unconditional love. Like, I'm going to show up as a natural human being and I'm going to help you express your natural human abilities. Like, that's it. So your card, we have number 15, which is 6, and we just got 6 here. 6 is all about balance and harmony. We have gratitude. Yeah, people are like grateful to know you in their life. Like, I think you've shown them a different way of living. Like, I'm grateful. I said I'm really glad I got to connect with you, but that's the thing. Like, I think you've shown them a different way of life. Like, it doesn't always have to be what everybody expects it to be, right? And you embody that. It says, if we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. Again, that nuance energy. You guys see what others can't see. This card comes forth to remind you of the absolute magnificence of this beautiful world that we live in. To truly appreciate it is to really open your heart and mind to the magic of nature and the divine matrix of which we are all a part of. When you are in a space of gratitude, you are in the space of love and acceptance of what is. There is a deep appreciation of the moment, which allows walls of resistance to break away from within you. Right? You're breaking down those walls of resistance. You always have been. Breaking through the walls of resistance allows you to address fears, which were ultimately formed by you to keep the pain out. By building walls around your heart, however, you are actually keeping pain in and stopping your soul from evolving. Gratitude holds such a high vibration that it can literally break through the strongest, most stubborn walls. Gratitude is one of the highest forms of love you can bestow upon another. When you are grateful, you radiate love. The more love you radiate, the more love reflects back towards you. Being in this space of awe and gratitude literally opens portals to higher frequencies of love to help guide you. There is so much to be grateful for, dear one. There are numerous trees, plants, stars, flowers, beautiful sunsets, snowflakes, and reflecting water drops. Tapping into any one of these beautiful cosmic creations allows us to tap into the universal consciousness of pure love. Allow gratitude to fill your entire being. Immerse yourself with this feeling of wonder and awe. This is the first step to inner transformation. And again, this is not a message for you, okay? This is how people see you. Like, they're grateful that they know you, but they're watching you guys constantly transform. I was talking about that already. You guys have healed things that people wouldn't have normally been able to heal. You guys have touched into this inner consciousness, this like Christ consciousness, like you guys have tapped into at an early stage in your life. And it's just because of something that either you experienced as a young child, or this is just something that has been with you since you can remember, right? Whatever it is, though, it's like you don't want to deal with those situations where people aren't forthright and people aren't forthcoming. Like, you want people to be true and authentic. And even if they're not in their most authentic expression, if they're still trying to be authentic, like, that doesn't turn you off from a person to get to know them. What turns you off from a person is somebody who really is just a two-face, who maybe is a gossip, who, you know, does things behind closed doors, and they like, you know, these people who are deceptive. There we go. Thank you, Source. It's like people who are deceptive. Like, that's what really just, you force people to come correct, because you see the miracle of the single flower. You see the miracle of a single human being. And that's what people find unique about you. And truly, if you guys are thinking this isn't unique, this is how I live, this is really unique. I don't think I've ever experienced or come across an energy like yours in my life. And I've dealt with a lot of people in my life, and I don't think I've ever met someone quite like you. This is very unique, even to me. And so just understand, you guys offer a very wonderful perspective and expression of source love. So keep being you guys. I was honored to do this reading for you. I hope that it resonates. And with that, I'm going to leave it there. If it does resonate, hit the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. And until the next one, stay human. Bye, guys.